All right, so we're back now. It's been like 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a delay.
So when we recorded that original one, that was like 4 hours, 4 to 5 hours of the day. I know it didn't all come out as a 4 to 5 hour recording, but it took a big part of the day to do that.
Yes. Yeah, it was a decent chunk of my day.
It was exhausting. And then you had to leave. We thought we were going to get it done before you had to leave, but
at least that's what we claimed.
Yeah. And then, but you had to leave to catch your flight, and then you were just gone for a few weeks.
Yep. And now here we are.
Here we are, finishing up. So it's been a while, and we had time to reflect on what we talked about, because we listened back to what we talked about before. Mm-hmm. Does anything stand out to you about what you were hearing?
Basically, when I listened to some of it back, and we were talking about the war arc, I was just like, man, it was pretty bad, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was pretty bad, and a lot of nonsense happened that we necessarily skimmed over it.
Yes, we went through the war arc really fast, I noticed, because there were so many like little pieces of nonsense that were happening nonstop that we didn't really cover, which is okay when we're just trying to give a recap. But it was such a like mess of just weird plot holes and weird things that are happening that we couldn't possibly cover them all, because like every page was something crazy happening.
Yeah, it just
we just kind of glazed over the whole thing, and
the thing really was ridiculous. One of the things that we didn't talk about that I remember is when Naruto got the Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan mode.
Yeah,
he was running around the battlefield, and this was after he sped past the fastest man alive.
Right, he outran the fastest man alive,
and he had encountered a bunch of white Zetsus, and he was just throwing a bunch of Russian shurikens at him.
The thing that would kill you if you use more than once a day.
He threw like 8 of them at him. I'm like, all right, you know what? He's a Super Saiyan now, so I guess it makes sense. But the one that got me is when he stuck out his index finger, and he made 2 little hands on each side of his index finger.
He made like little chakra hands.
Yeah.
And then they did it.
Yeah. And then he made a mini Russian shuriken, and it killed like 50 people.
And he like did that just to show off, right?
Yeah. He's just like, look at what I can do now.
Yeah.
Made 2 little arms on his index finger. I mean, when you're a Super Saiyan, you're a Super Saiyan.
Something you told me about earlier that inspired me to say, like, we have to go over what we missed, was when you were talking about Sasuke and Itachi's meeting. I gotta hear you talk about that.
Yeah, so this was after Itachi had freed himself, and he goes, all right, Naruto, I gotta go and be a hero.
Yeah.
And Naruto's like, well, see ya. And so he's flying through the trees.
He's just Narutoing through the trees.
He's just like jumping from tree to tree. And while this is happening, Sasuke is jumping from tree to tree as well. And he's like, I'm just going to go and kill everybody. Yeah. And the 2 of them intersect. And
like by chance.
Yeah, by chance. And it was in slow motion. And Sasuke looks over and he goes,
yeah, it's like ching ching. It's like, huh? What?
And then he stops and he goes, oh, that was my brother I killed. And then he just like goes and chases after him.
Was that my dead brother?
It was just like, what? Could you imagine that? You just like killed somebody.
Yeah. You killed your brother.
You killed your brother.
And then he just is running by the treetops.
Just like, what the heck? This is goofy.
I remembered something that I did earlier when I was reading it, and I would take screenshots of the manga pages and send them to you if they were like really ridiculous.
Yes.
So let me like actually look through some of these. I remember I sent you some with a few texts, but the first one I can already tell. I don't need to read it. Let me just describe it to you as I would describe it to a listener who could not see it. It's Sakura, and she's got like the Super Saiyan X form.
Yes.
You know, she's like powered up. And this is her being like, you know, I'm tough, guys. Like, I can hold my own, too. And so she's going, I'll create a diversion, and she's running in. And it says, you know, I won't back down anymore. And she's running in at Madara. Same page, she gets impaled by him.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's happening on the same page as her running in, just, shing,
I remember
is how I described that.
I remember that in the anime, because it happened.
Yeah.
And she's just impaled. And Naruto's like, oh my god, like, are you okay? And Sasuke's like, stay out of the way if you can't help. And then she was just like, oh my god, he still doesn't like me.
She's just dying.
She just got a log through her chest.
I swear this was done like with comedic timing. The way I'm looking at this on the page.
Yeah. She's just like, will he ever notice me? It's like, and the world is just on the line. You know, people are dying left and right. And that's, you know, that's all she's worried about. So that's what we like to call character development.
One of the pages here is Obito with Black Zetsu possession. He's having a flashback, and Madara is saying, yes, that's right. The girl that died, that was your motivation, but not really. That was all me.
Yeah.
I set that whole thing up for her to be captured by the Hidden Mist Village, to be killed by Kakashi, for you to see. That was my plan. All for you to work for me, so that I could just betray you the moment you did anything. I don't even know why I needed your help. So that kind of pushed me over the line.
Yeah.
The next page I got here is just the first page with the Sage of Six Paths. Mm-hmm. I was just so like, I remember the message I sent to you. Yeah. I just said, you're pushing me over the line.
Just God himself just intervenes.
Yes. I am the creator of peace, law, and order.
Oh, man. Good God.
The next page I sent you, I screen capped, was actually guy opening the 8th gate. And I was like, oh, thank God. I'm interested again. The next page I have here is Kabuto healing Sasuke with his weird, like, stomach tentacle. Do you know what I'm talking about?
The snake that's just embedded in his stomach.
And, you know, it looks kind of like a wiener.
A big old wiener just poking out of his belly.
It's just poking out of his belly into Sasuke's chest, and it's like, I'm a good guy now.
Yeah, because he had went through that thing. Yeah. The thing that Itachi put him in.
Yeah.
And he goes, I see clearly now.
Yeah, that was... We talked about that, but that's so ridiculous. Yeah, it can't be overstated.
It's just stupid.
And I'm noticing, too, looking at this again, that Kabuto... Like, I didn't mind him getting, like, the snake sage. Like, that was kind of a cool idea and everything, but... The dude is wearing glasses right now.
Yeah.
He is not a villain.
He's a dragon, and he's wearing glasses.
He's wearing goofy, round glasses. Next page is Madara with the Sage of Six Paths power. It's just like, what is going on at this point? Next page is Madara taking his shirt off to reveal
that he has
Hashirama's face. Yeah, I think these are in reverse order, but
he's got like Hashirama's face on his heart, like the side of his heart.
So like he's human now, but he's like, oh, but just so you know, I can still regenerate because I have a Hashirama's face on my chest.
You know what I liked about that? Him and Hashirama were fighting, and Madara got the upper hand on him. And he started sucking the life out of the dead Hashirama.
Yeah.
And he steals his sage mode. So he stole a dead man's ability while he was alive.
Something that just started happening with Naruto is like, okay, everyone has to have all the powers now.
Yeah. Oh, I loved it when all the Ninja Alliance were like on the battlefield.
Yeah.
And Naruto's like, don't worry, I got you. And he just gave everybody a piece of the Nine Tails power.
Yes. That was so weird.
Everybody is like engulfed in this like cloak.
Yeah.
It's like, what what is going on?
All the other ones, all the rest of them are just screenshots. I don't know if I sent them to you of Killer Bees saying "motherfucker."
Yeah, you sent me a couple of those.
And that's it.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Okay. You have anything else you want to say about the war arc that you think we might have skimmed over? There's a ton of stuff, but you know, it is what it is.
Nothing really pops out to me. Just, I think we just got to drive home the fact that Black Zetsu is the reason why anything in Naruto ever happened.
He was the mastermind the whole time.
Yeah.
It was his plan the whole time.
Literally everything that happened was because of Black Zetsu. Just everything. So, there's that.
And his name is Black Zetsu. Not to be confused with White Zetsu, who might have been totally innocent in all this.
Yeah, he was
I don't know.
Innocent bystander.
So something that we did, speaking of bad story, is we had this idea where we were going to try to rewrite Naruto in our own image to essentially fix at least the ending to the best of our ability. So we each did our own. I got one. You said yours isn't like completely finished. So
no.
Let's like do that. Let's like finish it live. That'll be kind of fun. But I think I'll start with mine and we'll just talk about, you know, what I did and the decisions that I made. And what I tried to do, we didn't make any rules or nothing, but what I tried to do was change as little as possible in terms of story beats and characters, because I didn't want it to have a totally different identity.
Yeah.
But of course there are certain characters near the end who just do not show up because they don't need to be in the story. But let's get started. I've actually got changes like as far as the beginning of the series, but they're really minor. But I just wanted to create kind of like a through line from beginning to end. So let's start here. So in the early Naruto stages, like the first few arcs, I just want to have it so that in the Ninja Academy, maybe like Kakashi, they put a bigger emphasis on each ninja having a Nindo. So that's something I made a part of the story where I wanted to make Nindos a bigger part of the story.
Because the only one that has one is Naruto.
That's correct.
And Hinata.
Yeah.
Which this is the same thing.
So
they share the same one.
I want to make the story to be like, okay, every ninja, part of being a ninja is finding your Nindo and sticking to it. And Nindos tend to be military-minded or cold and calculated to kind of fit into the theme of this military universe.
Please.
And eventually, you know, we find out about Kakashi's Nindo, which, and not really his Nindo, but in this, we'll change it to be his Nindo, which is kind of a cool thing he says early on, you know. Those who don't follow orders are scum, but those who betray their friends are worse than scum.
Yes.
So it's kind of showing like some duality there. So in the Zabuza arc, just a couple little changes. We'll just play up how like the ninja world is kind of flawed. Like it's the militaristicness that creates all these mercenaries and stuff. Zabuza has kind of like abandoned his Nindo and just become a sword for hire. But Haku's Nindo is devotion to Zabuza, like his old friend. And this is where, in the real story, Naruto discovers his Nindo in the Zabuza arc. And I changed his Nindo a little bit, which in the original story, it's never back down, always keep my promises.
Yeah.
I just kind of shifted it a little bit to be always stand by my friends no matter what, which is pretty much the same vague thing, but it'll just be more useful in the story. And I also just wrote in, Sakura gets involved in some small way, just to try to make her less useless.
I think she deserves to be useless.
Okay, in the Chunin exams, you know, Sakura dies during the Zabuza arc.
Good.
Chunin exams. I made a little change to Orochimaru, so I thought it'd be interesting if Orochimaru was not so much evil as he is like a chaotic neutral character. So his goals are the same, to like have all knowledge and, you know, perfect all jutsu.
Right.
But he's not really interested in destroying Konoha or nothing, but he'll just do whatever it takes to accomplish those goals, but he's not out to hurt anyone necessarily. So in that case, the Sand Village are evil, and they're planning the whole war with Konoha, with Gaara as the weapon and stuff.
Yeah, attack on a leaf.
Yep. And he's going to use the attack to his advantage because he wants to get into the village and steal the hidden scroll that Naruto stole. You know, a little through line there. A little plot consistency. So that's his goal.
I mean, if Naruto did it just, you know, in the dead of the night, I don't think it should be so hard for him to do it.
So I'm going to say, like, Orochimaru is there to steal secret scrolls under the cover of this war because he found out about it somehow.
Now, if we can take a brief second here, I just want to ask you a question.
Yeah, please.
What secret scroll do you think is more powerful? The one in Naruto or the one in Kung Fu Panda?
That's a great question, because the one in Naruto has access to ninja spells, which are strong. But the strongest magic of all is the power within you, which is what the Dragon Scroll contains. So if Orochimaru would have stolen that, he would have become the most powerful man in the universe. I'm glad you asked, though. Okay, so the Kazekage, which I'm going to say is Gaara's dad.
Yes.
So, like, he's not... I don't know what the real story is, but let's say Gaara's dad is the Kazekage at this point. And he's evil, and he wants war, and he's using his son as a tool. So that kind of fits in.
Gotcha.
And Gaara has a Nindo, and that is to destroy everyone that fears him, which is everyone.
Does that Nindo change?
It does. Because, you know, Naruto fights, you know, Gaara finds out that Naruto isn't afraid of him, wants to be his friend, Talk no jutsu. There's even more talk no jutsu in my story, actually.
I love that.
But it's, that's part of the Naruto.
It's a very convenient way to, just end things.
It's a shonen manga. That's just how it goes.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyway, Gaara becomes a good guy because Naruto, he beats him the same way, but he eventually learns that his Nindo was flawed, that, time to be a good guy now. But the war is still on. There's still going to be a war between the Sand Village and the Leaf Village, and the Sand Pals, our friends from the Sand Village, kind of realize like, oh, we kind of like and respect Naruto and some of these guys from the Leaf Village, but we're in this war now. It kind of sucks. So they're kind of thinking like, man, the ninja world is flawed.
Right.
That's part of a theme of the story.
I like that.
All right, the Tsunade arc, not many changes here. So the Akatsuki get introduced. This is the same.
Do you make Tsunade any more useful?
Her breasts are even larger.
I love that.
That's the only change.
Good.
From what we know about the Akatsuki, we're gonna say that everyone thinks Orochimaru is still in it because, oh, by the way, this is the 4th of July that we're recording on.
Yes.
So who knows if fireworks just go off. So everyone is saying, like Jiraiya is talking about, oh, Orochimaru, he's in the Akatsuki, he can't be trusted. Normal stuff happens in the Tsunade arc. Eventually they get to the fight with the 3 Godzillas.
Yep, big slug.
Yeah.
The most powerful of them all.
Yeah, the super slug. Orochimaru reveals that he left the Akatsuki because they have a new mission and it doesn't interest him. All he wanted was knowledge. Now the Akatsuki seek power. He's not really concerned with that. I also wrote one little note about Itachi. One little change I wanted to make to him was he only uses Genjutsu.
Okay.
I just thought that would make him a little more interesting, where he's still supremely powerful, but since he's already a Genjutsu master in the original story, I thought it'd be cool if he only ever did Genjutsu and we never really knew how strong he was with other jutsus.
Okay.
I thought it would be kind of interesting to me because eventually, he gets sick and dies. I kind of like keeping it mysterious on just how powerful he is. So now, if he only uses Genjutsu, I think that's kind of cool to me.
So since he only does Genjutsu, that means he doesn't have a Gundam anymore?
Yes, Susanoo is completely out. I took that out.
No Gundams.
I'm keeping in the Mangekyo abilities because those are pretty interesting. They get off the rails, but they were cool in the beginning.
Yeah, for sure.
The Susanoo is gone though.
What about the Amaterasu?
That stays in.
Okay,
I'll keep that in because it was kind of cool how everyone had their own special power.
Yeah, for sure.
It was pretty cool. All right, the Sasuke retrieval. The only thing I have different here is that basically Sasuke decides, okay, I know what my Nindo is now, and that is to get revenge on Itachi for my clan, and I'm leaving. I think Orochimaru can teach me the way, The Kakashi side story, I don't have anything changing there.
Yeah.
All right, now we're in Shippuden. Now, if I was to really rewrite all of Naruto, I would just... Shippuden would be not even happening. It would be a totally different thing. But I wanted to keep it in the same spirit of the story.
Right.
Are you enjoying this so far?
Please. I like the changes so far.
Okay. So, during...
Mine is not like that.
I wanted ours to be different, though. I didn't set any rules for that reason. I wanted to see just what came up. All right, so it starts with the Gaara arc, the Gaara capture arc. So, during the time skip, the Sand Village and the Leaf Village were at war. And I'm going to say it... In the 3 years, it was 3 years, right?
Yeah, it was.
I'll say it turned into like a Cold War.
Okay.
It turned into a Cold War. I don't know how to describe that. It turned into a Cold War.
Look it up.
Yeah, look it up. Whatever happens with Gaara, he gets captured, he gets saved. It is revealed that the Kazekage, who was Gaara's dad, was in the Akatsuki all along. And the Sand Villagers are not happy about that because they know the Akatsuki is evil.
Right.
So... Gaara's dad. I don't know his name. I wrote Gaara's dad like 100 times.
I don't know what his name is either.
So he flees the village because, people are revolting. He's been found out. And that's what leads to Gaara becoming the new Kage. Because I don't think a 9-year-old should become Hokage.
No.
At that point. But yeah, at that point, he becomes a new Kage. He and Naruto, I don't know, they interact at some point in front of the Sand Villagers. Where ninjas are starting to become disillusioned with the ninja world because they realized they were fighting a war for no reason, that it was all an Akatsuki plot, and they had to fight each other over deception, things that didn't even involve them.
Right.
So the ninja world is starting to have some unrest, and Naruto's kind of seen as a bit of a hero in the Sand Village and stuff. He gets credit for that.
And then he becomes the Kage.
And then he's Hokage, and that's the end of the story.
That's it.
So at that point, the war is called off immediately, and it actually brings the two villages pretty close together because they realize all that fighting was pointless, and they just want to be friends now. I wrote, all thanks to Naruto not giving up. Let's just say that he did a talk no jutsu at some point.
To the whole sand village?
Yes, to the entire sand village. I don't have all the details in here, but they'll figure it out.
Yeah. And you can piece it together.
Yeah. At some point, the Akatsuki reveal their motive, which is pretty much the same as the original Akatsuki motive in the story, which I liked, which is they want to obtain all the power, all the beasts.
Yeah. By
having all the power, they can have peace, because there'll be no more war if only one faction has power, is how they see it.
Right.
I also wrote, there is no 10 tails.
Perfect.
I just made a quick note of that.
Thank God.
There is no 10 tails.
Thank God.
Just, the next arc, I forgot what it was called, I just wrote the Sasuke Bridge. Mm-hmm. That's the part where Sakura fights Sasori, I think, I don't know. Let's just say she does better against him, so she's less useless.
Okay.
Or she just dies.
So there's no 100-year-old grandma helping her out?
You know what? Sakura just dies in that one.
Okay. I would assume that's what you're building towards.
No, I don't really have that much for Sakura. I just make her more useful is what I wrote in.
Okay. Write in her death at a later time.
Okay, I will. Okay, in this arc, Yamato.
Yes.
He's out. Replace him with Kakashi. Sai. Replace him with Shikamaru.
But they're both so interesting.
Yeah, so they're just gone. Okay. I mean, they can be side characters, but Yamato, there's no reason for it to not be Kakashi. Yeah. Sai, get out of here. Let's get a cool character, Shikamaru.
Now, does Lee make any more appearances?
Why don't you wait and find out?
Ooh.
So Shikamaru is involved because if you remember, he felt really guilty about not getting Sasuke back because that was his mission.
Yes.
So that's his involvement there.
You know what? That makes sense.
It makes sense. It's probably the smartest thing I wrote in this whole thing.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay. Eventually, they end up talking to Orochimaru. Orochimaru talks about, Sasuke's a natural genius. Now that he's motivated for revenge, he can learn so easily.
Right. Good
guys run away. So Sasuke, he comes in, cowboy music. Mm-hmm. That whole thing happens. The next arc, the Akatsuki suppression arc. This is Kakuzu and other guy.
Okay.
I just wrote, instead of the adults fighting them, I got Shino, Hinata, and Kiba fight them.
Okay.
Let's say they do good. They just have a good Naruto fight. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to get more focus on the teens instead of the adults.
Some graphs.
They were supposed to
graphs?
Yes, they use a lot of graphs. It's a classic Naruto fight. Good. Shino, summons just a big old bug.
Just one large bug.
And they, ride on it. And then, let's write the fight right now. So they're riding on a giant beetle.
Yep.
And then Kiba, he farts in the face of Kakuzu.
Yeah.
Who, that kills him.
Yeah. And
then Hinata,
dies. I've got an idea. Hidan's you can't kill me, I'm immortal. And Hinata's why don't you check this out? Flashes him.
Okay.
Shows him her boobs.
Yep.
And he
increased size.
And he bleeds to death through his nose.
Yes, that's perfect, because he doesn't technically die, but all of his blood leaves his body.
Yes.
So he can't move anymore.
Yeah.
They just bury him. That's perfect.
Yep.
It's canon. The other thing I wrote was, at some point, Naruto joins the fight with his new jutsu and saves the day. And I also wrote, he gets a talk no jutsu in there somewhere.
Of course.
Because he didn't get that originally.
Of course.
Next up is when Sasuke betrays Orochimaru. Sasuke feels like he learned everything there is to learn.
Cute and cowboy
betrays
music.
Him. Yep. Down. Sasuke kills Orochimaru. One little change I'm making is the audience knows Orochimaru isn't dead, so it's less bullcrap when he comes back.
Yeah, okay.
So Sasuke thinks he killed him, but the audience sees him slither away or something. The Jiraiya infiltrating the Rain Village.
Yes.
I just have all that the same. I got no changes there.
So no improvements to Jiraiya's showing.
You know what? I'll say he just does more cool stuff.
Okay.
But still dies, because that's.
I mean, he needs to, I guess. Yeah.
Something we didn't talk about is how Jiraiya tortures a couple of innocent guys.
It's fantastic.
It's kind of weird.
He captures them and then traps them in the belly of a toad.
And he holds them hostage.
Yeah. I think he turned one of them into a toad.
Yeah, I don't know if those guys were evil either.
No, I don't think they were. They were just like working for Pain.
Okay, Sasuke versus Itachi.
That's awesome.
Okay, I changed Itachi a little bit, and Itachi is evil. He's just evil.
Okay.
His motivation is he killed the whole clan because, if you remember in the original story, Madara was talking about the Uchiha and the Senju clan. Eventually, like, they started getting along, even though they were blood rivals. So Itachi sees the Uchiha clan and the Senju clan, they're, like, getting along and they're mixing together, and he doesn't like that. He wants to restore the pride of the Uchiha clan. So his way of doing that is to kill everyone in the clan that he sees as weak, and he leaves his brother alive, you know, so he can become strong, seek revenge, become strong, and restore Uchiha pride to rebuild the clan. So they can be like...
So he's got no secret good guy mission.
No, he is not a secret good guy. He is evil. But he does still love Sasuke. He was trying to make him strong in like a brutal way. Because I always felt like Itachi being a good guy just created a huge mess in this story.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting.
Yeah,
but,
it really did ruin a lot of things, didn't it?
So yeah, he wanted Sasuke to hate him so that he would work hard, which worked. Sasuke kills him the same way. Orochimaru jumps out. I have you now. I don't know if that happens. I don't think that happens.
But I hope it doesn't.
Yeah, but Itachi does still love Sasuke. So Sasuke is realizing, like, man, this is effed up. And he says, like, ninja politics, you know, like the ninja world, this is why all this pain is happening to me. So I'm going to destroy the ninja world because I'm taking revenge on the ninja world now because that's the reason all this is happening. And this is where Toby starts to do his thing. He takes Sasuke under his wing because their missions are pretty much the same to destroy the ninja world as it stands. Now it's the Pain arc. I didn't write this. I forgot about this. But during the Sasuke beatdown, the Sasuke Killer Bee beatdown.
Of course.
I'm going to say Killer Bee just beats him even harder.
Yeah.
And for longer.
Let's just say that's where I stopped. And I think you'll enjoy what I wrote.
Okay. So I'm just going to throw this in. Last minute edit is Killer Bee is rapping while just demolishing them for like 30 episodes straight.
I like that.
And there was one part in this that we didn't talk about that was really good in the original story where Sasuke's team is getting wrecked and he starts having flashbacks because everyone's like sacrificing themselves to help Sasuke. He's having flashbacks to his original team.
Yes.
And so what I'm going to have happen here is I'm going to have one of them die. So Jugo dies trying to protect Sasuke because he's like the worst one anyway, so who cares? Do you remember he turned into a kid?
Yep.
He, like, fused his body with Sasuke, then turned into a child, and then that's what happened.
Yep.
Okay, so so Jugo dies, and that kind of, like, bothers him. That affects him.
He gets over it, though.
He gets over it. Okay, now onto the Pain stuff. Pain is in the village, all the Pains. Neji and Rock Lee. Remember they used to be rivals a long time ago, before we just ignored them?
I do remember that.
So now, they are trying to fight two Pains, and they can't do it. But then they work together.
Yeah.
And now they realize they make a great team.
Primary Lotus rotation?
Yes. Yep. And they work together, and they defeat the two Pains together. So they defeat two Pain bodies.
Yes.
Kakashi defeats a Pain body. I don't know. Kakashi's cool.
Choji dies.
Choji dies. Sakura and Tsunade work together and defeat a Pain because, like, Tsunade looked pathetic during the Pain arc.
They do the fusion dance and fuse breasts.
But it gives them a chance to, like, be a team and, like, be teacher and student.
Yeah.
So. But there's still some Pains left. They're too strong. The Shinra Tensei, the almighty push.
Yes.
I'm going to say it does not crater the village. It just, like, is like a severe earthquake.
Okay.
So it's not like a flat ground.
It's not that they have to completely rebuild a whole city.
I did not mention this on the other episode, but something I hated when I read it originally as a kid was when Yamato just rebuilds the entire city all by himself off screen.
With
and he,
the
like,
wood village? Yeah. With the wood jutsu?
And he wipes his brow like, sheesh, what a day. Good thing there are no consequences in this story. All right, so that's why I have that. So it's like a big old earthquake. But
so does he exist at all in the world?
He can exist. I don't care.
Does he know wood style?
You know what? No, he doesn't. So Naruto comes in. You know, he does his fighting and stuff.
Yeah.
Hinata does her rescue, and that's when she decides that her Nindo is to become strong enough to protect her loved ones. I don't know. Who cares?
Yeah. She flashes Pain as well.
Yes.
But, and then all the paths of Pain see it because they share.
That's the secret.
They share the field of vision.
That's the secret. They're all distracted at once, and they all bleed out of their nose.
Yep.
Okay, so a little change I have here is I don't know if I agree with this, but I'll just say, I wrote down that Tsunade dies during this. And maybe I want to use her later, but let's just say she dies for now.
Okay. She'll pull an Orochimaru. Pop out. I'm free! Free!
And the difference I have here is when Naruto talk no jutsu is the pain man, the original man, he doesn't just die. He actually survives.
Okay.
Now the Kage Summit comes next, and the purpose of the Kage Summit is to hold trial for the pain guy.
Yes.
Because, he was a bad guy this whole time, but then Naruto convinced him to be a good guy. He agrees, like, okay, I'll accept whatever punishment, I have done my crimes.
Yeah.
So they put Pain on trial. Sasuke shows up with Obito. So Sasuke does his thing. Spoilers. Oh, I guess he is Toby at this point.
Yeah, he's still Toby.
Alright, Toby comes in, he kills Pain, and takes the Rinnegan during this whole thing.
Okay.
He declares the war. He gathered all the tailed beasts already. He just did it off screen because who cares about all those guys? No one cares about them.
And end of series.
Yeah,
and that's it.
So he says declares war, and the guys on his team are the Zetsus, Kisame, the Kazekage. Gaara's dead. He's not the Kazekage anymore. And Sasuke and his team. And during this, let's say a bunch of the cell leaders, Asuma and Might Guy in particular, they get, captured in the Kamui dimension.
So Asuma didn't die.
No, he did not die.
Okay.
There's a reason for that. So him and Might Guy and maybe some other leaders get captured during this. I also wrote here, there was no Susanoo.
Any Liger bombs?
Yes.
Tons of those.
Yes, there's more wrestling.
Yeah.
I also have Conan doesn't die and joins the good guys.
Okay.
And I also have the Akatsuki. They get like a new name and they get new robes. They're pretty much a different group at this point.
It's like a new era.
Yes.
I gotcha.
I didn't like how I felt like they needed a rebrand.
I gotcha.
Partway in. To reflect the new leadership.
That makes sense. I like that.
Okay. Sasuke kills Danzo. That all changes. But I'm going to say Danzo is actually not a fighter. Danzo is evil, but he's just like a politician.
Does he
Sasuke
still have
kills like an unarmed man, basically.
Does he still have 30 Sharingan?
I'm just gonna say yes, just for the fun of it. The other change I have is that Danzo was not interim Hokage; he was actually the legitimate Hokage at that point. Because Tsunade died,
so he was the 6th Hokage,
and his face was carved on the mountainside.
Okay,
and so Konoha has to come to terms with the fact that they had an evil Hokage.
Okay.
Again, they're becoming disillusioned with the military world of ninjas.
Gotcha.
So they don't like that. All right, now it's the war arc. This does not resemble the original war arc. It's pretty vague, but let's just go with
so
it.
was the original.
Yeah, okay. All right, so Kakashi becomes the leader of Konoha. He's not the Hokage yet. So they decide let's not act too hastily. No Hokage yet. Let's just do this war. Naruto and B have their training thing, and they learn that Kurama is a naturally chaotic being that cannot be tamed. The end. Naruto's parents' things happen. All the nations put aside their differences to fight, Obito, because he's too strong. At some point, I wrote, convinced by Naruto's talk no jutsu, all the nations put aside their differences.
So, Toby's still Obito?
Yes.
Okay.
Throwing aside old rivalries is a serious break in ninja traditions, but they do it, for the sake of it. Because of the talk no jutsu.
I mean, in the original, Gaara just talk no jutsu to everybody.
I actually wrote Naruto, Gaara is the platform he gives Naruto the platform to do it, because Gaara is a Kage.
Gotcha.
Alright, so it's all the good guys versus, let's say the white Zetsus are the new Jinchurikis of the random-tailed beasts. And I'm saying this because it's not interesting for them to fight giant monsters, so make them like humanoids.
Yeah.
So any good guy that isn't used during the fight, they can just fight some Zetsus.
That's basically what happened too, yeah.
Okay, so the Konoha cell leaders, particularly Asuma and Might Guy,
yes,
they were put under some kind of mind control spell, which is the same effect as the resurrection.
Okay.
I wanted to have that scene without them coming back to life like idiots.
Yeah.
So they're under like a mind control kind of deal.
Gotcha.
So
they're in a genjutsu.
Yes, they're stuck in a genjutsu, but they still realize that they're not in control of their bodies and stuff, because that was some pretty good drama at some point. Yeah. So we get to have the Asuma versus Team Asuma. That was pretty... I like that.
And Asuma kills Choji.
You know what? I'm writing it in. Asuma kills Choji, and they eventually... The Team Asuma becomes so much stronger now that the weak link is dead.
Yeah. That's perfect.
I also got Kurenai versus Team Kurenai, just because why not? Mm-hmm. Now, this is the big one. Might Guy versus Rock Lee.
Yeah. I like this so far.
Yes. So, they're fighting, and, Guy's like, the power of youth has to win. You're the youth. They keep upping the gates, one after another. They're going higher and higher. Like Guy can't control himself. He goes to the 8th gate. Like, oh crap. And Lee's like, I have to go to the 8th gate too. It's the only way. And Guy doesn't want him to because he wants him to live on.
Yeah.
But there's also no way to survive against this guy.
Right.
And actually, let me throw in too, Guy chooses to go to the 8th gate.
Yeah.
Because he realizes he will kill everyone if he doesn't kill himself, and that's the only way to do it. Like, that's his only form of control, is to go to the 8th gate.
I like that.
He doesn't murder everyone. He just murders a bunch of people at once and then
He just
dies.
murders a few people.
Okay, so Lee has to go to the 8th gate, but then Neji joins him, and he's like, we still haven't fought yet. You can't die yet because we still need to have our fight. And they work together, and they manage to survive 8 gates Guy.
Yeah.
And that's that.
And then Guy dies.
Guy turns into ash. I'm going to say Guy, he goes in the crater in the ground, his body's ash, and he is smiling when he dies because he knows his students survived, that they surpassed him, and he's like, the youth must live on, or some Guy thing. And then Rock Lee is...
so hot.
He's like, so hot. And Rock Lee is like pretty much dead, but he survives.
Yeah. So
it's Naruto and Kakashi versus Tobi. Other characters just fight Zetsus and Kisame and Kabuto and Hebi and who cares? And Orochimaru's in the fight too. Orochimaru fights Sasuke.
And off in the distance, we don't see it, but 10-10 dies as well.
I actually forgot she was a character.
Yeah, there you go. So she's just dead.
Yeah, she dies. She actually trips and drowns in a lake.
Oh God.
Okay, flashback time. Obito's motivation. He is motivated by Rin, alright? Because it was so stupid that he was and then wasn't and then was. So he just is.
Yep. So that's it.
But I am going to change what happened was that Rin actually betrayed the Leaf Village on purpose. And Kakashi killed her on a mission because that was his duty.
Okay.
That's kind of dark, but it makes a lot more sense.
Like it.
Because it wasn't an accident. Like, that's just...
He had to.
That was like war. Yep. That's just what happened in war.
I like that.
So that's why Obito just says like, F this world.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that a lot.
Alright, so we get to the point where all the bad guys are defeated except for Sasuke. Obito, he gets Tag no Jutsu, who cares?
Okay.
So it's just Sasuke left.
Yep.
All the good guys are pretty crippled. Most of them are down.
So, no zombie Hokages?
No. No zombie anything. No Madara either.
Good. Okay, please. Please.
Okay, so all the good guys are down pretty much. Sasuke... His teammates die.
Yeah.
And this is like the ultimate pain for him. So like his new teammates, his new friends died.
Yeah.
So like he's just experienced the biggest loss he's had to experience so far.
Gotcha.
Except for his whole family.
Yeah.
But through that pain, Sasuke unlocks the super ultimate Rinne Sharingan Deluxe. That's the third eye thing. I don't know.
And summons the Megazord.
No Megazord. Alright, so now Sasuke's the only bad guy left.
Okay.
He's got the mega super Rinne Sharingan that no one else had at this point.
Yep.
And he wipes the floor with everyone. He just destroys everyone. The only good thing I liked about Madara is when he got to wipe everyone. So I'm just having Sasuke do it.
Okay.
So he's just wiping everyone, including Naruto. No one stands a chance against him.
Gotcha.
And Sasuke basically says, I've experienced so much pain. I'm going to destroy everything so that I can there's nothing that can cause any pain anymore.
Right.
That's what he's motivated by now. So at this point, Naruto isn't even a Super Saiyan. So Naruto's like gonna die. That's when he meets with Kurama, and Kurama says, Naruto, I hate you. I don't like you at all. But just this one time, I'll help you out, because if he kills you and I get reborn. Is that how it works? He gets reborn?
Yeah.
So, if he kills you, he's probably strong enough to kill me too. So, this one time, I'm gonna help you out. If you promise to, when it's done, just never use my chakra ever again and just let me take a nap until you die. So, that's how Naruto gets, like, the final power-up for this one time only.
Yep.
He gets to become a Super Saiyan. So, it's Naruto versus Sasuke. They're two, like, super gods now.
Yes.
They're fighting. Sasuke is using all of his special abilities, and he's starting to go blind because even the super ultimate deluxe double dipper Sharingan, Rinnegan,
supersize me, Mickey D's.
It does start to go blind after a while. So like it's like the fight at the end. They're pushing each other to the limit.
Yeah.
Sasuke's slowly going blind. He realizes that he's using all of his power against Naruto. Naruto's not giving up no matter what. It gets to the point where Sasuke realizes he's getting so blind. He realizes Naruto could beat me if he had killer intent. But, Naruto's like, I refuse. I'm not going to kill you. I never give up on my friends. That's my Nindo. And Sasuke's like, yeah, right, you idiot. But, they're fighting. They're running each other ragged.
Yes.
It gets down to, it's like the final Chidori versus final Rasengan. Just like the real fight. And again, Sasuke's like, you can beat me if you just, shoot to kill me. Like, I know you have it in you.
Yeah.
And Naruto's like, no, I won't do that. He's like, well, then if I know you have no energy left, so I'm going to kill you with this one. So they're going to collide, and Sasuke is like, hold on one second. We lost everything.
Close your notebook and take a nap.
Man, I thought my computer just turned off and we lost everything. Okay. Do you know where I left off? They're coming for the final clash.
Yes.
So it's the final clash.
Yes.
And Sasuke is like, this Chidori, I can kill Naruto with this.
Yes.
I have to use all my power. I know Naruto knows this. Naruto knows I can kill him with this. And the only way he survives is if he shoots to kill.
Right.
And that's the only way he's going to live through this. And I know Naruto, will give up at the end. And Naruto actually pulls his punch because he does not want to kill Sasuke.
Yeah.
And Naruto is killed by Sasuke.
What?
Yes.
What?
And Sasuke realizes, man, even in the end, Naruto did not give up on me. He tried to save me to the very end at the cost of his own life.
Yeah.
And that kind of gets through to Sasuke. Sasuke is now blind. His arm is blown off. He can't even fight. Like, he can't fight anymore. Like, he basically just ruined himself fighting Naruto.
Right.
And he realizes that Naruto never gave up on him, even though he could have been the one surviving, the last man standing. But he never gave up on his friend. Sasuke, he realizes that, maybe he did have a friend the whole time. Maybe a little talk no jutsu in his own head. But Sasuke ends up just sending himself into exile to try to figure himself out because he realizes maybe his worldview wasn't right after all.
Yeah.
So that's the end. That's the end of the fighting. And just to wrap it up, so Naruto is dead. In the final scenes, Orochimaru and Black Zetsu are hanging out and
sipping some lemonades on the beach.
I wanted to throw Black Zetsu in because one thing I did like about Zetsu, this is before the nonsense.
Yes.
I liked how Zetsu was always watching. He was like really mysterious.
Yes.
So I'm gonna say like it's revealed that Black Zetsu was like one of Orochimaru's agents and he was just there to observe. So Orochimaru and Black Zetsu are talking and Black Zetsu's like, I saw everything. I witnessed Naruto's whole life from birth to this because that's just what he does.
Right.
It's like, I'm gonna make sure I remember the whole story of Naruto and the Konoha. And Orochimaru was like, cool, but I've got one more thing to do. Orochimaru goes out into the wilderness. He finds the reborn Ninetales. And the Ninetales, they have a quick chat. The Ninetales is like napping in the woods or something.
Yes.
And Orochimaru is like, so, now that all that's taken care of, all the villages out there, you gonna go on a rampage? And the Ninetales is like, Naruto kid, I didn't like him, but I guess he wasn't so bad, so maybe I'll just take a nap for now, and when I wake up, I'll go on my rampage then. And that's the Ninetales saying, like, maybe Naruto kind of came through, kind of, like, had an impact on him in his death. So the Ninetales says, I think I'll just take a nap for now. At the end of it, it's revealed, I don't know at the very end or if this happens last, but Naruto is posthumously, so, like, after death, he is awarded the title of Hokage for his overwhelming contributions to the ninja world, which is now at peace, because through the war, they learned to work together and stop being idiots.
Please.
That's the end.
But my one question...
Sakura dies.
My one question is, who's going to squeeze Hinata's Timmy's?
Let's just say, if you want to do it, let's say at some point in this story, Hinata and Naruto, they did a thing. Mm-hmm. Hinata got pregnant before Naruto died.
Yeah.
And then now Boruto doesn't have to have a deadbeat dad to have an interesting story.
There you go.
You can just have a dead dad.
That's what happened.
That's what happened.
Yep.
I want to hear what you have now.
All right,
because yours is totally different, right? Like you approach it with a different philosophy.
Yeah. Now that I look back on it, it's not that good.
Perfect.
And I didn't go that far into it, so.
Well, I don't know. We need two in that much detail, so.
So mine was basically everything is the same, and it starts after the pain arc.
Okay, so that makes sense.
So so Naruto defeated Pain, and they're rebuilding the village. Blah blah blah.
Slowly, I hope.
Yeah. Hard at work, rebuilding. Slowly but surely, slyly. And Sasuke and Toby, they're looking for their next move. They're wondering what they can do because they were on their way to the Leaf.
Yeah. Okay.
But it got destroyed and everything. So,
whoops.
So they're
we won.
Yeah. So they're on their way, but then Toby's like, "Hey, wait a second, it got destroyed. So let's just go back to the drawing board." And he goes, I got the perfect idea. I'm going to send you out, and you're going to go capture Killer Bee. And he's like, okay. While that's happening, Naruto's like, hey, when I was fighting Pain, Hinata was just like, I love you, so let me
remembered.
Let me go see what that's about. So,
I hope this becomes a totally different story.
So, Naruto's like, you know what? Maybe I love her too. So he goes up, and he's like, about to say something to Hinata. All of a sudden, Sakura comes in, grabs him by the arm. No, wait a second.
Grabs him
by the ear.
Ooh.
Grabs him by the ear.
Sakura move.
Drags him off into a tent. Naruto.
This is awesome.
Naruto, kicking and screaming. They get in the tent, and he's like, "What the hell are you doing?" Blah blah blah. All of a sudden, she just grabs his face, just kisses him.
Oh, this is awesome so far.
She says, "Naruto, I love you," and he's like, "Whoa. You can't put this on me. I just found out that I love Hinata."
Yeah.
And he's like, I gotta go take care of this.
This actually makes a lot more sense than what originally happened.
Yeah. So he storms out of the tent, but the first person he sees when he goes right outside the tent is Hinata.
Okay.
So he's like, oh my god.
He's got a lipstick mark right on his face.
So he doesn't know what to do, so he goes to turn back around. Yeah. Sakura's right there.
Oh no.
So he's stuck in between these two.
This is the war arc.
Yeah. So he's like, oh my god, what do I do? What do I do? Before anything could happen though, Kakashi comes up.
Okay.
And he tells him that that Sasuke has been spotted and is on the move to the hidden cloud.
Boring.
Yeah. So they pack up and they try to get to the cloud as fast as they can. So the Sasuke and his group, they're in the cloud. They're looking for Killer Bee. Blah blah blah. They finally find him, and you might have to read some of this stuff because it's Killer Bee is what he says.
Okay.
And I'll just scroll into right when Killer Bee starts talking. But Sasuke approaches Killer Bee, and he's like, hey.
You wrote dialogue for this?
Yes.
Okay.
And he goes, hey, we're here to capture you, so you can either come the easy way or the hard way.
Yep.
And just go ahead. You go ahead and read, just skim the rest of it. You can see the quotations.
Okay.
But, Killer Bee.
Are there swear words in this?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
I only do it. I only do it sparingly, but I guess you wrote this. So I'm gonna read it. Yo, he says, Killer Bee says, yo, I might look old, but y'all motherfuckers must be on crack. Must be on crack if you think you could take me anyway, for show. Sasuke, I've been taken aback by Bee's choice of words. He sends in Jugo and Sugetsu for a direct assault, while Karen and himself will play the mid-range game. However, Killer Bee kills both Jugo and Sugetsu in a matter of seconds. Sasuke is understandably in awe of Bee's strength. Bee yells, yo, motherfucker, I just killed your friends. And soon for you, it will be the end, motherfucker. This is awesome. This is the final arc, I hope.
Yeah, this is it.
Sasuke tells Kirin to run along as he charges at B. Oh, to run away. As he does, B is dodging everything Sasuke is throwing at him. Yo, you a scrub. I'ma kill you and give your girl a rub. Motherfucker. Is this... I thought we were supposed to write something different than what really happened. This is just what happened. Yeah. You just copy and pasted what happened. B then hits Sasuke with one blow and drops him. Sasuke, desperate to stay alive, tries to activate Amaterasu, but for some reason it doesn't work. As B goes in for the final blow, Kirin is spelled worse every time. Kirin jumps in and takes it, killing her in the process. Enraged, Sasuke activates Black Fire that engulfs B. Sasuke thinks he has been caught, but then Eight Tails comes out of B. As the Eight Tails goes for the kill, Toby comes out and portals Sasuke out of danger.
It's basically when I stopped.
Okay, we got one more paragraph here. Yeah. We have a lot to work with here. Wounded and just.
I don't even know what that last paragraph is, to be honest with you.
Let's just skip it then. Yeah. I know how we can keep going with this.
Yeah. Let me just read through this real quick and see what it is. Okay, so basically it was Toby switched out the eyeballs of Itachi because Itachi's dead. Okay. So they switched eyeballs, and that's going to make Sasuke stronger.
Okay. I know how to continue this story. Mm-hmm. So Obito comes. He's like, "Oh my God, Sasuke, are you okay?" Mm-hmm. And B is like, "Yo, yo, yo," and he just does another awesome rhyme. Yeah. And he just clotheslines Obito, who's like, "Oh my God, this guy's strong." Yeah. Knocks his eyeball straight out of his head.
Yeah, I like that.
So Obito is like picking up his eyes, trying to find his eyes like a cartoon character.
Yes.
He gets like a rock and he like puts it in his head. He's like, "Oh God, no." Yep. He gets the other one, he puts it in, he's like, "Oh God, like Sasuke, let's just get out of here." They teleport out. And so B's like, "Oh no, you don't, motherfucker." He picks up the other eye off the ground, rips his own eye out, puts that one in, goes into the Kamui dimension. He's like, "Yo, motherfuckers, I'm here." And then he just kills both of them and then leaves. Yep. And then Killer B becomes the Hokage.
So that happens. And then Naruto gets enraged, and he goes, "I'm gonna kill Killer B." Okay. So that's how the war arc starts.
Okay. So it's... wait, can I add to this? Yeah. So Killer B becomes the Hokage. Yep. And he's so cool, and like everyone's mesmerized by his rhymes and his skills. Yeah. Hinata and Sakura both fall in love with Killer B.
Okay.
And now Naruto goes rogue.
Yes.
And he declares the ninja war on the Leaf Village.
Yeah. That's what happens.
Yeah.
And
Naruto declares war. Killer B kills Naruto easily. Yeah. And then Killer B just carves his own face into the Hokage mountain like 5 times.
Yes. He actually knocks down all the other ones and just builds 5 Killer B faces
in different poses.
Yes.
I think that one's a little bit better than mine.
And that's what happened.
Yeah. That's Naruto. That's the new canon ending of Naruto. So I gotta be honest with you with something with Naruto though. Where we talked about it for hours.
Literal hours.
We, listened to it back. We heard our own thoughts back. Mm-hmm. And man, we really skimmed through everything. I know we talked about the highlights, but there's so much to talk about with Naruto that we could talk about if we wanted to. It's so crazy to me.
There really is a lot.
We could do a whole podcast just about Naruto. We do one episode for an episode. Yeah. Which I don't think we're going to do.
I don't think so.
But I could probably talk about it that much.
Yeah. I don't think that's the direction the meat pod is going, but it is possible to do that. I bet Skylar would love that.
Yeah, he would. Yeah. I do have to say another thing too was at some point I ended up coming across on YouTube the Rock Lee versus Gaara fight, the full fight,
Yeah.
And when you watch these like anime fights, you always got to find the unabridged versions.
Yes.
You have to make sure all the talking is in there.
Yeah.
Which sounds lame, but it's an important part of the story. It's got really like messed up pacing otherwise. Mm-hmm. It was like an hour-long video.
Yeah.
And I was completely enthralled by it. It was great.
Yeah.
And I got like nostalgic for Naruto again just by watching that.
Just all over again. It's just a process.
Yeah. And the point I'm trying to make here is, as crazy as Naruto is, by the ending and everything and how messed up it is.
Yeah.
Like Naruto is something that was really special to me at one point. Like I can see myself, rereading, or maybe just I might watch the anime in the future sometime.
Yeah.
When we did this podcast, when we were first originally talking about doing the Naruto episode, it's like, let's just get it all out.
Yeah.
We have so much Naruto pent up. Like, let's just release it in one super long episode. And I don't feel like we did that at all. Like, there's so much more we could talk about.
Yeah.
Because, like, there's just so much to talk about with Naruto. I could talk about it some more. Like, I kind of want to watch some of the anime now.
Yeah.
It's just so crazy.
You read the manga, so you don't know like how the last fight with Sasuke and Naruto plays out, but it's really good.
Yeah.
It's a really good last fight. But yeah, there is a lot. There's a lot to process with this series.
Yeah.
And it's crazy how it just recently ended.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, think about how old you were when you first heard about it.
Right, exactly. So it's something that you literally grow up with.
Yeah.
Like, and you watch it develop over time. And did it develop well?
No.
But there's always some highlights in there, no matter how bad it is.
Yeah.
And it's just a real, at first it was real relatable. That's what makes it special, I think, is because it's relatable.
I think we kind of understated how good Naruto was, how good of a start it was on.
Yeah.
Because even before I started rereading Naruto and afterward when we were talking about it, I was kind of like, Naruto, it's kind of trash, all in all.
Yeah.
But after hearing ourselves talking about it, I was like, man, Naruto was like a really important thing to me for a long time.
Yep.
And some of that older stuff was really, really good. Like, as good as you can get with like this kind of story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was like, it did its part really well at first. Like, it knew its boundaries and it knew its limits. It was a very focused story.
Yeah.
You don't really get that a lot, especially in like anime and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's usually all over the place.
Yeah, so, before we started recording this whole ordeal,
which it is an ordeal.
It was an ordeal.
Let's be clear.
I was thinking like, man, Naruto itself is an ordeal.
Yeah.
But after it's all done, I'm like, Naruto, I think like its stock has been raised to me. I think higher of Naruto now than I did before we started doing all this, which is not what I was expecting.
Yeah. What I was expecting was, okay, I can talk about this, let it all out, and then I can just move on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if I went back and watched a couple stuff.
Yeah, at least like a few like episodes or your favorite arc or something.
But yeah, Naruto. Overall, would I tell you to watch it? Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
I would say watch it. I would
not the whole thing. Just watch it until you lose interest.
Yeah. If for some reason you're listening to this and you have never watched Naruto before, and
we're like 4 hours in,
and you're wondering,
like, what are these guys talking about?
And you're wondering,
what is Naruto?
What is this? You know what? I would say give it a shot.
I would agree. I would say just go episode 1 and just feel it out.
Yeah.
And if you quit, maybe watch Rock Lee versus Gaara, because I think that might be the highlight of the whole series.
I think so too.
Yeah, and another thing we never really appreciated, partially because I was reading it, was how good the music is, especially in the beginning.
Music's great.
Music's very good.
Yeah.
Which I did watch some of the anime as a kid, and hearing those songs made me nostalgic again.
Not even the songs, just like the sound effects and everything.
Yes.
Like it's all.
A lot of those sound effects are like burned into my head.
Yeah.
Bow, bow. A substitution jutsu. Yeah, but I guess my closing thoughts are, Naruto, it went off the rails.
Yes.
But I'm like still nostalgic for Naruto, and I guess I know that I'm not done with Naruto in my life. I know that, you know, sometime in the future, I'm probably gonna be watching. Maybe I'll be watching at least part 1 of the anime.
Yeah.
Because you know, my respect for Naruto is actually a little bit raised now.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start watching Boruto.
I forgot that existed for a second.
And the stock has been dropped again.
All right. Naruto sucks. All right. Anything you want to close out with here?
I would just say that I'm glad that when I was feeling nostalgic for it, I'm glad that I went back and I watched it all.
Yeah.
Because it made me appreciate it a lot.
Yeah.
Especially because I missed out on a lot of it because I stopped watching pretty early on, I guess. But yeah, I'm glad I watched the whole series, and I'm glad I got to experience it because it's a special story.
Yeah.
Until the end.
Yeah. I guess I just know that, you know, I'm not done with Naruto yet. I'm still on the journey. I haven't become a Hokage
it'll always
yet.
it'll always be there. Let's just say that.
Well, sometimes I think about, you know, there's so many things I loved as a kid that I've forgotten about now, like video games or TV shows that unless it's reminded of me, I'll never think of again.
Right.
But I know at this point in my life, I'm never going to forget about Naruto and the things I liked about it.
Exactly. I feel the same way.
I think we can just leave it at that. Maybe we'll talk more about Naruto in the future.
Maybe.
Sensei, how much longer?
Okay. You can open your eyes now. Congratulations. You graduate. And to celebrate, I have a surprise. We're going out for ramen tonight. Huh?
Iruka-sensei!
That hurts! Naruto, this is only the beginning. The road gets tougher now that you're a ninja. But if I told you that, I guess it would ruin the moment. So I'll tell you later. Over ramen.
Man, what an ordeal that was.
But wait, we're not done yet. There's still more Naruto to explore. We're gonna be talking about the Naruto YouTube universe.
Cosplayers, water dragon jutsus, Sakura rants.
Next time on the Meat Pod, the village hidden in the cringe.
You don't want to miss this.
Motherfuckers. All right.